Hello, we're Legends on Paper, an eclectic group of longtime gamers with a passion for Dungeons & Dragons. We're not voice actors, professional gamers, or paid performers. We're regular people, just like you, except that we'll probably make complete fools of ourselves along the way as we attempt to have fun and entertain. If you enjoyed tonight's production, please follow us on Twitter and subscribe to our channels on Twitch and YouTube. And most importantly, don't forget to tell all your friends. Thank you for joining us on this epic journey as Legends on Paper presents The Greatest Adventure. Hello everyone, I'm Ravic Hunter, and welcome to episode 2 of The Greatest Adventure. Last week, our heroes came together in a very unexpected way. First, the Atlantean Nihilus was pit against the Sylvan Elf Nim in single combat under the eyes of the ringmaster Dorban Hearthman and hundreds in the Sir Clydewell arena. They, and the other players whom you would soon meet, were in the city of Lionsgate, capital of the kingdom of Lyonesse, to compete in the tourneys. At the time, none of them knew each other or why they were there, for reasons that are still mostly unclear. As for our two warriors, Nihilus and Nim, the combat ended sudden and swift as the elf took one shot to the chest from the Atlantean's arrow and went down. Dorban healed her with a potion, but she didn't have much time to rest before Dorban was desperately cobbling together a team to challenge a massive centaur sentinel from the Isle of Gades. This is when we meet Jolo, the enigmatic cleric, Hildy, the mysterious mentalist, and Styx, the shady rogue. The five came together as a group against the overly confident centaur and soon had their first win, completely unexpectedly. Once again, they had little time to rest before Dorban beckoned them down to a small chamber below the arena, where they met an unusually obese human man that went by the name of the Fat Man. This fellow had a lot to say, but to the point, he wanted the group to travel to the Dormonts, an ancient battlefield to the north, and retrieve the blood of the king that never was. The Fat Man offered no reward. Instead, he tried to convince, cajole, and finally compel the party's cooperation. When the party finally agreed to do his bidding, they did so not because of the Fat Man's threats, but because of his genuine appeal for them to do the right thing, and his uncanny knowledge about each of them, their families, and the reasons they were in Lionsgate to begin with. The episode ended back in the bunker, with the other warriors competing in the tourneys that day, as a blare of horns echoed from outside the arena, and Dorban rushed in to exclaim excitedly that the Queen was coming! So, Dorban rushes inside and announces, "The Queen's entourage will be here in moments. Please everyone, form up a proper honor guard in the arena. This is the greatest day of my life!" He runs up the stairs leading to the arena floor, gestures to everyone to come forward urgently. Hurry up, come on! What do you do?
I don't know that I want to get caught in the rush of all that.
The other combatants, gladiators, warriors, they're there eagerly moving up the stairs, seemingly genuinely excited about seeing the Queen themselves.
Let's sneak out. I don't want to get caught up with the nobles. They play all these games.
You might pickpocket some of the people accidentally. If it happens, it happens.
But let's go up there then.
Do you guys follow?
I think we should.
Okay.
I'm going to look out for any loose purses.
Yeah. I'm going to help.
Okay. As you enter, rush upstairs with the rest of the group, Dorbin just absolutely excited with the prospect of the Queen speaking in his arena, the one that he runs, at least for the tourneys. And as everyone takes their places, the main doors leading into the arena fly open. Trumpets blare loudly, and the crowd cheers as a gilded carriage pulled by 6 white horses and red barding slowly glides through. Queen Penelope of Lyonesse waves from an open window as the carriage makes a full circle around the arena to the adulation of hundreds in the stands. Riding next to the carriage is a young temple knight in gleaming silver plate armor, short blonde hair, and a white cloak fringed in gold that flutters in the wind. Behind him trot the Queen's all-female personal guard in silver chainmail and similar cloaks. When the carriage finally comes to rest in the center of the arena, Queen Penelope steps down with the aid of the young knight, who has by now dismounted. She wears a long white gown trimmed in silver, and her blonde hair is piled high on her head, with tresses falling around an elegant crown inlaid with dozens of sparkling rubies. The Queen is followed by a dark-haired woman wearing an emerald gown and a scowl on her face as she surveys the adoring throngs cheering all around. Without hesitation, Queen Penelope continues to wave and smile as she approaches the ringmaster Dorbin Hearthman, who bows deeply and symbolically relinquishes the arena. Nim, your background suggests that you might know a little bit about the personal guard that is accompanying the Queen. You know them as the Maidens of Suna. They're an all-female unit of the Temple Knights, wearing the chainmail armor under long white cloaks that are trimmed in gold, bearing the gold rampant lion of Lyonesse, but with one subtle difference: a thorny rose held in its open maw. Since the establishment of this enclave, some 25 years ago, the Maidens have adopted the Queen as their patron since she founded the order, and have pledged their personal allegiance to her.
That's awesome. I mean, one of the reasons I'm here is to actually look at the Maidens of Suna, because I admire them a lot.
And they seem like a very serious lot. But they take their job very seriously, as they are paying attention much more to the crowds around the arena, and much less so to the grandeur of what's happening. And it appears as if the Queen is about to speak. The crowd beginning to grow silent. So we're going to open up the map there.
She's going to talk.
She might mention me.
She might. Although I somehow doubt that.
You never know. I should get a speech prepared. And I'm thinking about it.
And King Alderoth is not around, right? It's just Queen.
You just see the Queen has emerged from the golden carriage, and they've now by this time been kind of moved to the side, so you can see the full view. You're all standing in line behind them, behind the Maidens of Suna, and then in front of them is the Queen and the young knight that accompanied her, facing the crowd. Dorbin is basically bowed and backed away to the side as well, leaving the full focus of the crowd on Her Majesty. After just a few brief words to the ringmaster, the Queen turns to the crowd and pats the air to quiet the noise so she can speak. Somehow, her voice is amplified across the entirety of the arena. Good folk of Lyonesse, and honored guests from all across the Western Kingdoms and beyond, the city of Lionsgate welcomes you with gratitude and open arms. We come together in the spirit of peace and unity, witness the highest forms of competition by the bravest among us, watch them soar to unparalleled heights of triumph or wither with the agony of defeat. We honor them all. Hildy, while the Queen is speaking, you suddenly experience a violent shudder. It's like ice streaks up your spine. Nothing like this has ever happened before. What you're left with is this very palpable sense of dread.
Does it come from her, or does it come from whatever seems to be amplifying her words?
It just seems to be a feeling from, that you feel inside and has no real source.
Oh dear. This isn't going to be good.
You say you have a bad feeling about this?
I try never to feel bad, dear.
The Queen continues to speak to the crowd, interrupted only by the brief applause and cheers, until there's a very unusual, strange buzzing from somewhere in the arena. It's faint at first. You don't really, there's no source. It's just a sound that becomes louder and louder until it's too distracting. It actually overtakes the murmuring of the crowd itself and becomes just too distracting for her to continue. She turns to the ringmaster. Dolvin, what is that? I don't know, Your Majesty. I've never had... His voice trails off as a brilliant line of a brilliant white line appears, only paces from the Queen, a vertical line. It expands rapidly into a vertical disc at least 30 feet tall and 20 feet wide, filled with this purple-black swirling mist, crackling with arcs of electricity. The crowd gasps as an identical pair of huge figures emerges from the disc, almost seeming to squeeze through to get out. The things are vaguely humanoid, or a morbidly obese version of one, with thick legs rolling with fat that pound the ground as they step into the arena, and equally thick arms. Their skin is darkly red, as if cooked or burned, and they wear almost no clothing. But worst of all are the gaping maws that are filled with teeth that stretch down about halfway along in front of their bodies. It stinks of rotten flesh and decay, instantly overwhelming your senses as raw terror grips your heart. That's when the screaming begins. Everyone needs to roll a wisdom save.
Yes.
Queen.
That's
We got
20,
this.
nice.
There are some tiny minis.
So we're gonna head out now, or what?
Told you we should have stayed down in the back.
Everyone's distracted. What are you doing?
Everybody give me your rolls. Nim had a natural 20. Nihilus, what did you get?
I rolled a 19, so that's 21.
Okay, all right. And Styx,
16.
16. Jolo?
24.
Oh, 24.
Pretty wise.
And Hildy,
That would be a grand total of 8.
8. Okay. So Styx and Hildy, the two of you, all of you at first, feel this nauseousness come over you, this disgust. You start to dry heave and retch. But for Styx and Hildy, it continues to a very distracting level that they're just unable to act normally. You see that there are many in the crowd and also in the arena, on the arena floor itself, that are experiencing the same thing as you watch panic just erupt throughout the arena. Hundreds of people begin pushing and shoving, desperate to get out. Some going as far as throwing themselves over the sides and falling 50 feet or more to certain death. The shrieks and shouts are just deafening. On the arena floor, the Queen stands defiantly, seemingly unaffected, before both the grotesque figures as the young knight and the maidens that are not overcome with fright. Some of them are, but the ones that aren't, and the young knight also doesn't seem to be overcome by this level of disgust and fear that has come over and stayed with Styx and Hildy. Somehow through the noise you hear Dorban cry, Suna, protect us! And a few of the arena warriors also rush forward. What are you guys going to do?
Vomit.
I'd like to cast a spell if possible.
Okay. At this point, these two creatures are just standing there as those that are not overcome by the sickness and fear are moving toward the queen. What would you like to do now? What sort of spell would you like to cast?
I would like to sort of internally, I'm not going to speak it out loud, but in my mind I'm going to call out to Eve and ask her to help keep these grotesque monstrosities away from the queen, and I'm going to cast Entangle. It's a 20-foot square right in the center of them.
Okay, and right now you're 30 feet away approximately from the
It's
creatures.
got a 90-foot range, so
Okay.
that shouldn't be a problem.
Okay. All right, and you said you want to put it right underneath them, correct?
Yeah, just kind of right between the two of them.
Okay, let's go to the overhead cam. Take a look at that. Okay. All right, and it's 20-foot square, correct?
Yep.
Okay. All right, so the entangling roots begin to come up and form in the space around the legs of these figures initially as they grow and get thicker and thicker and more tangled in that area. They don't seem to be able to grasp as huge as their legs are. They don't seem to be able to find purchase on their legs and grasp them tightly as you might expect the spell to do.
And then wants to move forward, preferably in front of the queen.
Okay. All right, so you're going to start moving forward. And what are the rest of you doing at this point?
Am I able to do anything?
We're not really in initiative yet, but we're pretty close, depending on what you're doing. So Lyonesse has cast a spell, the entanglement roots have come up, there's others that are beginning to move now. What are you guys doing?
I'm going to try to regain my composure and
Okay, so you'll be able to do that at the start of your next turn, and Hildy's the same situation.
Try.
Okay, so that brings up...
Yeah, the audience is turning to me as the savior of the queen,
The audience is
perhaps.
turning away and doing their best to get out of the arena at this point. Some of them literally throwing themselves over the side.
So they're committing suicide and turning away from me, at me, which is amazing. And I'm going to show the world why I'm known as the pony,
Okay.
the one-trick pony. And I'm going to cast a spell, which is, of course, Bane, on my two new friends over there. Not the queen and her entourage, I mean the two ugly things.
Okay, I think that only affects one creature at your level?
yep.
Is it?
So, you have a DC of, 14? Spell DC?
I have a charisma of 13, but it says up to 3 creatures of your choice.
Okay, yeah.
Am I misreading that?
No, you're not.
That's what it says.
You tell me.
The
up
opposite
to
of
3.
the
Yeah, we looked it up.
last spell.
For once, I'm correct.
All right, so both of them. Okay.
Charisma 13, yeah.
Yep. All right. So you're not sure if they're affected by it. Overtly, they don't appear to be affected as you cast your spell, and we're going to initiative. Nice.
Yes, also nice. I've got nothing to prove.
Anybody roll over 20?
21.
Okay, sticks at 21. Okay, and above a 18? 15 or up. Wow, 10 or up? Wow, you guys are 5 or up.
We're stunned by this.
10?
So the sick one's going to go first.
Okay, Lyonesse, what did you get?
I got 6. Sorry. that was
Okay.
5.
And,
For all the figures.
all right, Jello?
Got a natural 2.
Okay. And Hildy.
I got 4.
Look at the show off over here.
Well, you know,
Leave some for the rest of us.
I know some things. I've seen some things.
Okay.
It's a
And
pity Styx is vomiting. I mean, he threw a high initiative, but he's pretty much useless.
Hildy hasn't vomited yet because she doesn't go yet. That's all.
sorry, Nihilus, what did you get?
A 6.
A 6. Okay, and Jolo,
I got a natural 2.
you got the natural 2. Okay,
Yeah.
got it. All right.
Right there. I'm not even cheating this time.
Okay.
Don't even have a deck bonus with it.
All right, we have a warrior that's up. Okay, at the beginning of the turn, you can go ahead and make a Constitution, Wisdom save. Those of you that are under the effects of only Hildy and Styx.
I'm gonna use a luck point
Okay.
for that natural one.
Okay.
All right.
What'd you roll?
15.
15, okay, so you're still affected by it. And,
11.
All right, and so are you. So both Hildy and Styx are still affected by the, we call it putrid fright, that is obviously,
Is anyone else at least puking with us?
yes, there are.
Okay.
Many of the warriors,
Oh,
some of the maidens of Suna, you see people in the crowds that those that, are not running or are throwing up and, getting sick and still doing their best to get out of the arena as best they can. So, but the effect of this is that you can still attack, but it would be a disadvantage, and you cannot move in a way that brings you closer to these creatures. You can retreat, however, or move laterally. Okay. So none of you are at the top of your turn order at this point. In the full light of day, these bloated figures appear even more grotesque. Their putrid forms are misshapen. With one arm, a withering mass of tentacles, and the other almost normal, gripping the end of a titanic cleaver. A constant stream of slithering, slathering drool drips from the bottom of their lips and sizzles like oil where it falls into the sand. Their red eyes scan the ground in front of them before settling on the queen and the young knight standing protectively in front of her. At this point, the terrifying fiends, they speak as one. You see both of them, they're huge, grotesque maws forming words in a strikingly clear manner, although the way that their lips move, because they're so wide and open, the mouth itself, don't come together like you would normally expect someone to be speaking. We are Dimirag and Dorak, servants of Baal-Zebel, ruler of high places, lord of flies and the hungerer. Our lord demands the vessel be surrendered to him. Until it is, he will cause blemish upon this land, famine and disease, pestilence and plague. Death will feed the hungerer with the souls of thousands, and he will grow stronger. To ensure the king complies, we take a hostage to compel his haste. They kind of look at each other. Nem, you're up. What are you going to do?
How far are the creatures in front of me?
They're about 30 feet.
I'm gonna pull my sword out and run straight towards one of them.
Okay. All right. The one on the right or the left? Nim's right or left?
To my left.
Okay. All right. So you're going to move up 30 feet. That's going to put you 5, 10. That's about as close as you can get. Let's see. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Looks that's about as close as you can get with a 30-foot move. And that puts you 15 feet away from him.
Okay, then I'm just going to hold an action
Okay.
with my sword, with my long sword.
All right. And then we have this maiden moving up and around you, basically moving at about the same time. Neither of them blocking your way, just nodding at, the fact that you're there helping.
I am fighting with the maidens of Suna. How awesome.
I'm
Never
about to
seen
throw
it.
that word.
They weren't here.
You're good at
They
that.
weren't here, so they have no idea how bad I am.
Okay. So some of the warriors have come forward, as well as the maidens have come forward as well. Not quite, all of them expecting a battle, all of them expecting to have to defend the queen, but uncertain as to how this is going to go, given the queen's, just her basic, the way that she's reacting, or lack of reaction, as she just stands there defiantly looking at the two creatures. Finally, we're going to be able to get to the party, which is going to bring us down to Nihilus and Hildy on deck.
I was not the top.
Yeah, we had you at the top, and then you made a save. You failed.
Oh, that's
and
all
then
I
Nim rushed forward, and now we have Nihilus. Yeah, because everybody literally between, except for the demons, are at the top of the round, and then we have everybody in between Nim and Nihilus, because you guys rolled just so pathetically.
Cautiously.
Nihilus, what are you going to do?
Okay, Nihilus is just gonna yell out, "Protect the queen!" And then he's going to loose an arrow at either one of them.
Okay. The right one or the left one?
We'll say the right one.
Okay. All right, go ahead and make your attack.
Pretty sure that's not gonna hit. That's an 11.
Yes, no. You watch as it kind of glances off their thick, the one on the left, it's thick hide.
He'll take a few steps forward just to feel like he's getting closer to the action, but that would be it.
Okay. How far do you want to go?
Just maybe like 5 feet.
Okay.
Just to show that he's engaged and ready to do something.
Okay. Hildy, did you roll your save already?
I failed my save.
Okay.
So you
And-
said that means we can cast, we're just at a disadvantage?
Yes. Yeah, you can still cast if it's an attack
Okay. I'm going
that requires a target.
to cast. The queen's about 30 feet from me?
Yes, and then she's about 10 or 15 in front of the creatures themselves.
Gonna attack the queen?
Nope.
Oh.
So I am going to cast Mold Earth, which allows me to shape 5 cubic feet of earth. Near as I can figure out by my calculations, if I make a wall 6 foot high, 5 foot wide, and 2 inches thick, that is 5 cubic feet, and I'm going to put a wall of earth in between her and the monsters.
Okay. The spell is capable of doing that in that shape?
It says I can move up to 5 feet of earth.
Okay.
I can shape it.
Okay. And how tall are you going to make it?
It is 6 feet high.
6 feet. Okay. So that's going to just,
Block her.
yeah, block her, basically come up to the bottom of their bellies. So, all right. And then how wide?
5 feet wide.
Okay. And that's concentration?
Yes.
All right. See, this wall forms of earth and mud, dirt, rising from the ground of the arena, basically just forming a blocking wall, very 6 foot high and 5 feet wide, just right in front of her. She looks a little bit surprised that this has appeared in front of her, a little annoyed at the same time, but given their height, the creatures can still see down and over it, but there is this partition between them at this point. Anything else, Hildy?
Nope.
All right, just going to bring up Jolo. Oh, yeah.
So I'm 40 feet away from these wonderful monstrosities. I have my new friend Nim, and I've got her back. So I'm gonna head upwards. I assume I can move through here.
Yes, as a matter of fact, you can take those rings off. We don't need those here for now. Okay.
5, 10, 15, 20. That's pretty good. I got your back. And I'm gonna cast Toll the Dead on the one on the left.
Okay.
And I'm gonna hear this beautiful melody. I don't like the buzzing. I want to hear the bells.
Well, the buzzing is no longer audible now that the portal has
You
opened.
did it. I don't hear the buzzer.
I'm done. Yeah.
Yeah, so the buzzing.
Okay, I'm in
now.
now.
Walk through. But you're casting
Toll the Dead
Toll the Dead.
on the one on the left.
Okay.
And I'm assuming he's not injured. So.
No, neither of them look injured, but they don't look very pretty either, so it's kind of hard to tell. They're scorched and burned. But as the reverberation from the bell echoes throughout the arena, it doesn't seem affected whatsoever.
Huh.
It doesn't react in any way.
Wow, that's all I could think of.
All right, so before we get to the top of the round,
I was proud of you.
I tried. That was the key thing.
okay. At this point, at the very top of the round, the young knight, who is...
Do we recognize the young knight? Is this the prince or anything?
Who's asking? Hildy?
Mike is asking if any of our characters recognize it, but yes, Hildy was going, "Oh, who's that lovely young man?"
It's unlikely Hildy would recognize who this individual is, but if you want to roll a history, you certainly can to see if you've heard a description or anything that might.
I actually have advantage on history.
Okay.
So that would be a 18.
18. Not bad. Given his age, it looks like he's about 25. Given the regalness in which he carries himself, his extraordinarily expensive and possibly magical armor that he wears, some of the rampaging lions that you see that are gilded into his sword, and also the one on the cloak itself. He's obviously a temple knight, a young temple knight. You feel like your best guess is he's probably the prince of the realm, and this is his mother, the queen. However, you don't recall his name.
Can you point out exactly where he is on the map?
Yeah, you bet. He's the one with the long white flowing coat right next to the queen.
Okay.
All right, so back at the top of the round, he is actually at the very top of the initiative order as he moves in more defensively to the queen, and you see him speaking to her urgently. She's not really reacting. She's standing there again. She hasn't moved, staring up at these two creatures, almost expectantly but defiantly, not reacting at all at this point. The creature's acting as one and speaking as one. They're twins of each other. They're the same height. They look identical. You couldn't tell one from the other, in the moments that you've looked at them, if they were separated. Speak once more. Come forth, no peril, and feed your endless hunger. Several small gates, like the initial one that these two walked through, appear on the arena floor. And from them come pale, red, fiendish-looking creatures, grossly obese, like the larger demons, except that their eyes are and their wide toothy maw is covered with this like tendons, yellow tendons that are stretched over them. As they walk through, they seem a little bit disoriented at first with the screaming of the crowds. You can hear clearly the demons call for them as loud as they are, speaking even over the cacophony of shrieks and screams that just seem to heighten as these figures appear, and the maidens and the warriors that are able to, in control of themselves, begin to ready themselves as they appear throughout. And I'll put them on the map, and we will also get them in the initiative order.
Like those two big things are not enough.
Did you guys just annihilate a massive centaur last?
Jolo started it. He attacked him.
Well, I didn't, because they're
These are his
fine.
friends.
Can we give them the centaur as their offering?
Centaur's not here. Yeah, somehow he's missing out on all this.
There's so many of them.
Sure, one comes up right next to them.
No, that's Jolo.
The gates quickly collapse and disappear as they come through, and they're getting into the initiative order right now.
Not a fan.
Yeah.
Gotta say.
I think we pissed off the DM last time.
It was fine till Jolo told them dead or whatever.
I
on
didn't
this
do
guy.
anything, though.
You still attacked.
I played some music for them. It's not my fault they don't like it. Come on, it could be like,
Somebody did fire an arrow at him.
and missed. I thought it was going to one-shot one of those guys.
So none of them popped up near me that I can take a attack of opportunity, right?
None came. Yeah, none appeared close.
I'm
that
holding
close.
an attack.
You should take out one of the big guys. Oh, wait.
Which one?
Kind of.
There one.
Neither's.
So don't tell me you have another plan.
You look at me and I look like I'm about to vomit everywhere. That looks like it's Styx's plan.
Wow, every one of these ended up in the turn order between Nem and Nihilus. You guys let this huge, Styx and Nem. Every one of them.
That could be a problem.
Okay, so that's interesting. And I'm just going to go ahead and pre-roll real quick the saves for the other folks that are still retching and hurling and wishing they didn't come forth so quickly on Dorban's encouragement. Okay, we got a couple of them.
Maybe they're friendly. They're going to help us fight those
Maidens.
monsters.
They
Well,
live.
it's been fun, guys.
Okay.
We'll involve some
What to your next?
characters for your next campaign.
All right.
Gonna be a bard.
Okay, so that's going to take us, as these guys emerge, that's going to be their action coming out of the gate and walking disoriented onto the arena floor. Styx, you're still under the effects of this reviled fear. Go ahead and make your wisdom save.
18.
Okay. All right, so you feel it finally dissipate from you. The nausea begins to disappear slowly. The fear begins to wane. What are you going to do?
All right, so no one's right on me, right? So I'm gonna resist throwing up, regain my composure,
All right.
and then start running forward since no one's right on me. 30. I'll get right behind them. I'll say, let me help. And then I will shoot a firebolt at the guy on the right.
Okay, on the right. Okay, gotcha.
Okay. Nope. Where am I?
Did you roll that miserably?
11.
Okay, no, misses. Just wings right by him. Into the stands.
How did you miss?
But as empty as they are becoming so quickly, you don't hit anybody. And just see it just scorched the side of the arena. Is that it for Styx?
That is it for Styx.
Okay, so between Styx and Nem, we got all these little fiends that are moving forward. Now, it's curious the way that they are walking. They're kind of shuffling, and it doesn't look like they move very, very quickly. Of course, they're huge bulk, and the fact that they don't have long legs, they got very short, squat legs, trying to move, listening, and almost trying to sense the air as they come forward in one direction or another. Okay. All right. So, make a note here.
Maybe they're with the fat man.
Oddly, not all of them are moving toward their nearest potential target.
Are they leaving as well?
They're not leaving, but they are moving.
They're throwing up, maybe? They are running away from me.
Downside of all this sand is kind of hard to see the squares. And then when they come to some, whether it's a barrel or an individual, once they're within a certain radius, it seems like they're able to focus in on their target and move toward them. Space there.
Bodies wobble when they walk. It seems
Yeah, they do. They kind of wobble, shuffle as they move forward. I think I got them all. Okay. All right, so they're making attacks on the maidens first. There's 2 of them on the maidens, I believe. Those. And we note that each one of them, as they get closer, and in the bright light, it was hard to see, because it's a nice, sunny, beautiful day. The sun is shining brightly. Suna's smiling. Patrons are screaming and running and diving off the arena, and this madness is taking place inside. Aside from all that, you note as they get closer that they seem to have this strange green cloud that resolves as vermin that are oozing, crawling, climbing, flying all around them in close proximity. It's pretty disturbing. And everyone within 20 feet of one of these creatures needs to make a con save.
The little ones?
Yeah, within 20 feet of the little ones needs to make a con save.
Yes.
Against?
Poison. No, sorry, acid. Acid damage.
By con, you mean con man, right? Because
Or constitution save. Yeah, so sorry, it's against acid. As those of you that are that close can feel the droplets of acid that, from this cloud of vermin that manages to get on your skin. Anybody fail? I mean, what'd you roll? Sorry. I failed, I didn't.
17 for me.
17, okay. Nem, you're good.
18 for Nihilus.
Okay, Nihilus, you're good as well.
19 for Styx.
Okay, Styx, you managed to succeed. And are they close to Jolo or Hildy?
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
What'd you guys roll?
First question.
Feeling confident.
I'm within 20 feet of 2 different ones.
Okay.
Will that be a save for each?
That'll be a save at disadvantage.
Well,
Say a disadvantage.
Yeah, so just one save, but a disadvantage.
3.
It just get worse.
Oh, it's actually better.
All right, so Halsey takes 4 points of acid damage from the proximity. And what did y'all roll?
He rolled a 6.
A 6. 7 points
Massive 6.
of acid damage.
Oh no.
No, I still got points. See, it's all good. I'm rocking it.
Okay.
Can just out of curiosity, can I do spare the dying on myself? Or
Like in advance?
just in case next time I can have it, I can ready in action.
No, unfortunately, no. Okay.
These rolls questions are tough.
So one of the maidens also takes some damage, and a couple of the warriors as well. One of them not looking too good. And then the creatures themselves, as they get close, you see the sinewy jaws stretch, teeth come through, and they attempt to bite. And you're not sure, because they don't seem to speak, they seem more to grunt. You get the impression that they're saying, "Consume," as they lunge forward to bite you. Okay. We got the one on Nihilus. We've got these 2 warriors, which okay. And then Nim is okay. Okay, so the rest are maidens and warriors, right? So the only one is on Nihilus that's that close, within 5 feet to attack.
Can I root for the creature? Silently.
We all do just a little bit.
Okay, as the creature runs forward, Nihilus, he rolled a 14 to hit.
That's my armor class.
Okay, so he manages to hit you. Biting, you can. I mean, even with the huge creatures that stink so badly, the putrid stench that's coming from their wide open maws that don't close, they're just like perpetually open, but they just kind of quiver and move when they speak. These creatures as well, it doesn't quite override the larger ones, but you can smell how badly their stench is as well. You take 5 points of piercing damage from the bite, as he bites your arm, but then he retracts and takes a little bit of flesh with it. You see this lolling tongue just kind of lip the inside of the sinew that's been stretched over it. It doesn't dissipate, it just kind of like bites through it, the way the teeth are bent. And we got a maiden that just went down, and we have 2 of the warriors that just went down.
No!
This one was sick, he's still alive. This one went down.
Oh no!
One of the other the maiden at the very end there is looking rough.
Well, there's no need to
At
make
this
fun of her
point.
appearance just because she's not.
Okay, that's going to finally bring us to Nim.
Is it minus between myself and the creature?
No, Nihilus is behind you.
Nihilus is over here.
Oh, no, it's not already me. Okay. I am going to move closer to the queen with my back towards her and hold an attack.
Okay,
Go ahead, Adam.
so right up on the other side of her.
Right here?
Yeah, she's going to move within, right next to the queen. In a protective stance.
Yes.
Okay. And what are you going to do when you get there?
I'm going to say, greetings, queen, and I'm just going to turn around and I'm going to take a defensive stance in front of her.
Okay. Perhaps you're not surprised that she didn't respond, but it's quite loud in here with the screaming and the shrieks and the terrible things that are happening. Mostly you hear Jolo, just like quivering and crying and,
I'm mocking a couple other people.
I know.
Those aren't my emotions.
No, but yeah, the crowd is loud, so you're not surprised that she doesn't respond as close as you are, as she is focused dead on these two creatures. Anything else, Nim?
No.
Okay, and then we have the warriors and the maidens all between you and Nihilus, making attacks.
It's actually a battle cry. I wasn't crying, I was battle crying.
Is that what it was?
Why do I see tears then?
Tears of joy that we have this opportunity.
Okay.
I don't know that he's telling the truth.
Right.
Do not do an insight check, that's all I'm saying.
This maiden has spun around on her attacker, and she has thrust her sword through the creature. You watch as it just kind of gasps and then literally melts into the ground and just becomes this slimy puddle of not quite flesh, but more of a gelatin type material, sticky looking on the ground.
Room for Jello.
This guy over here manages to stick it with a spear, thrusting through, and also turning it into a little puddle of Jello
Have a plan.
as it goes down.
Is it hiding behind some barrels?
Yes?
This one,
No! Yes, it is.
this maiden attacked, and she missed. Oh, yeah, she rolled the natural 1. And then we got this guy that also missed. And then the rest of them are going to start. These two, this one's, yep, she's back. She's making an attack, no longer under the effects. And this one still, these two still. I had one other warrior besides that one. I think it was this one. He moves up forward to attack. The rest of them are under the effects of the revolting fear. And they both miss. Jeez. Okay, that's going to bring us to Nihilus.
All right, seeing that he's in very dire straits and really has nowhere to go, especially with a big chunk taken out of his leg, he's going to very reluctantly drop his longbow, and he's going to pull out from behind his shoulder scimitar in each hand,
Okay.
and he's going to use his main hand to attack once at him,
All right. Go ahead and make your attack.
and that's an at one.
Oh, that one. Oh,
there we go.
First player to roll a net one in melee combat. So, we are using our critical tables. And so, get ready to roll your 30-sided dice.
Roll a natural 1.
26. All right.
It's going to be a good one, I can feel it.
Me too.
Jolo, you take.
Yeah, he flings his weapon that far away.
Or a leg?
Are you a right-handed or a left-handed?
I distinctly remember a promise of no heads rolling.
Yeah, there won't be any instant damage. Oh, come on, you silly thing.
What if he cuts his own bow in half?
Snaps his bow,
He did drop it.
slips on the puddle of slimy demon goo.
Okay, so your foot goes forward in the sand and slips. You need to make a dex save.
See, I told you, I got really good rolls last time, I rolled a 5 this time.
A 5, okay.
That's a total of 10.
So making this an heroic strike, your foot slips in the sand and you go down. Your foot going forward, you end up landing on your bum in a prone position, essentially.
Okay, well, as he's falling, can he make a mad slash with his offhand as a bonus action?
Yeah, he still has that bonus action with the other sword. I won't I won't make you roll at disadvantage, so go ahead and make your attack.
I rolled a 2, so 7.
You know, if you'd rolled the second
On my weighted
one,
dice now?
you definitely would have killed Cholo. I mean, that was
Wait, what?
once. Okay. Oh, no. Okay. So both attacks miss, and for good reason for rolling that one. It serves you right. Okay. That's it for Lyonesse. You still have movement? If you want to use it?
Yeah, he'll get up. He'll just stand up. He's not going to go anywhere.
Okay. All right, and that's going to bring up Hildy.
Okay. Hildy is still feeling the effects of the repulsive fear, so she can't move closer to those monsters.
But you can go ahead and make your save at the beginning of your turn.
Oh, good.
A lot of times it's at the end of the turn, but in this case it's at the beginning.
This is con, right?
It is? No, wisdom, sorry.
Oh,
Because it's basically a fear effect.
21.
Yeah. It's 21, okay.
Okay.
So you feel the fear begin to dissipate as well, the nausea, which is kind of the bonus part of that whole thing, the retching and the throwing up and the sickness.
Bonus?
Yeah, it's a bonus part of the fear. And it begins to dissipate as well, and you're able to act normally at this point.
Okay. So since she is still not within melee range of any of them to get an attack of opportunity, she's going to move away. 5, 10, 15, 30.
Okay. All right, so Hildy moves away, and anything else? That save was not her action, so she still has her action, unless you want to dash.
I do not want to do anything else right now.
Okay.
Although, I think my wall might fall.
It's concentration?
For a couple of reasons. Well, it's a cantrip, so I don't know if it's concentration. Probably is. But in rereading it, it's not 5 cubic feet. It's earth that can fit inside a 5-foot cube.
Okay, so, but standing on, well, it's a 5-foot cube, earth, right? So it's still kind of a wall. It's just a little bit shorter than what you originally anticipated.
Okay.
Okay.
I tried to be.
But is it concentration? If it is, you'll have to make a con.
I don't know if it's
Well, you haven't been hit.
It is in concentration.
It is not. Okay, well, you haven't been hit anyway, right?
Well, I
So-
took acid damage.
Yes, you did. Yeah, that's right. But it's not concentration, so I think you're okay.
Then I'm good.
Yep.
It lasts for 1 hour.
Excellent. Okay, just gonna bring up Jolo.
Come on, Jordan. Save us.
Yes, I'm going to save everyone as I serve as a distraction for the team as I fall down. I'm seeing everyone just kind of prick these bubbles and they turn to gel. So I'm going to try the same thing.
Okay.
I'm going to be a man of action.
Is it gonna be an actual, like a brick?
Yeah.
You're gonna,
I'm going to try to use my mace.
oh, but with your mace. Okay, got it.
Wow.
Wait a minute, I don't know where you were going with that one, but I feel offended.
Well, you said flick, and so I just, improvised weapon flick.
You know what? I'm just going to leave this whole arena. 5, 10,
A quarter point of damage with the
15,
flick.
20, 25. I'll go right there.
Oh, you snuck up behind one.
Snuck up behind one, yeah. So that's like double, triple damage or something.
Oh, it stinks to high heaven.
Are we doing flanking rules or not?
Sneak attack.
It's the +2. The flanking rules are gonna be +2, so when you are flanking, you get +2 to your attack, not advantage.
Oh, so I will add +2. Okay, I'll do that. 10 plus 2 plus, I believe 1.
Are you proficient with the mace?
What's that?
That's 2 for flanking, right?
Yeah,
Oh, that was the first 2?
yeah.
Okay.
13,
You hit,
and it kind
roll
of.
your damage.
Are you proficient? It's another 2.
Am I proficient with a mace?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I hope so. The cleric
So
should.
you're
Why
cleric.
would you hit it with a mace then?
Yeah, why would you even have a mace? You're proficient. You're cleric. Cleric
I am.
proficient with maces.
Okay,
Oh,
He's
good.
proficient with flicking devices.
so I roll a 1d6 minus 1, fortunately. So I rolled an Alice.
So that's 1 minus 1.
2 minus 1.
2 minus 1. Okay, so literally you did just walk up.
He bumped it.
That's psychological warfare is what it is.
It is. It gets his attention, which is, if that was your endeavor, you accomplished that at least.
No, what I was trying to do is say, hey, look at the guy in front of you on the other side. So that got his attention. He's looking away from me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice knowing you guys.
So anything else that Jola would like to attempt with mace or otherwise?
I think I've done what I can do.
You've done your damage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so that brings us to the top of the round, and we have, we'll call him the prince. He's holding his action against, still guarding the queen, speaking to her. He seems to be a lot more. The urgency has been replaced by desperation. He's reached out and started to shake her. As he glances back from her to the creatures that are looking down on her, and all the chaos going on around with these new Paribo coming into contact into the arena. The demons look at each other, and one with his tentacled arm, and you can see that there are 3 independent tentacles on the left arm that make up the left arm. There's no arm per se, just the 3 tentacles coming out of the socket that would be an arm on his left. And of course the right arm being more normal, holding the cleaver. The one tentacle seems to hold a shining, gleaming object, very small, about the size of a coin, maybe a little larger. And you just see it for a moment, any of you that are actually looking, and then you watch as a golden cage in the shape of a cube suddenly appears around the queen. At this point, still the queen not reacting, you watch as the queen inside this cage, and the cage itself, suddenly very, very quickly shrinks and then disappears.
I wouldn't have had a chance to grab it or anything.
Grab at the
Cage.
At the cage? No, I don't think you have a reaction to use. And
I'm holding an action to
holding an
attack.
action. Okay. Yeah, you can make an attempt to grab at it if you like.
Yeah. What do you need?
Basically, are you striking at it, or are you trying to grab it?
I'm holding my sword, so I'm assuming I'm striking at it.
Okay, all right, because there's a difference whether you're grabbing or striking. So if you're striking at it, then go and make an attack roll.
You're going to chop the queen.
22.
Okay, so in the space where the cage was, as it is diminishing in size, I mean, just instantaneously you see it shrinking very quickly. You strike with your held action, going through the space. It still disappears. You're not quite sure what effect you may have had on it. There's someone else with a held action right now too, and that's the young knight. And he cries, "No!" and immediately rushes forward to attack the creature on the left that's holding this glimmering object. Looks like it might be a gem, perhaps.
Is there blood on the blade?
Hold on. Passively, you don't see any. So he's got to come around your box.
Yeah, my bad.
Your dirty box.
And he rushes over here to make an attack. He does strike the creature. He's got this beautiful gleaming sword that looks like it's crackling with electricity. And as he strikes it, the thing kind of lets out a grunt of pain. You watch as the sword drives in deeply and then extracts itself, the crackling electricity remaining for just a moment, and then this like oozing pus falling out of the wound that just kind of just globulate slides down the leg of this demon. He makes another strike.
This is just like when I attacked that monster with a mace.
And this time, an even wider wound as it grunts once more. But you can hear the pain, in the bowels of this creature as it doesn't cry out, but just kind of a little bit more painful that time. Really feeling the pain at this point, and more crackling electricity as he retracts the sword back for another blow. But that's all he's got.
It's all fun and games till the pus.
The other demon, you watch as two things happen. His cleaver comes down.
Oh no.
He's giving up?
Where does this cleaver come down?
Hits this maiden right here, literally cleaving her in half. Just a splat of blood on the ground. The other, one of the tentacles, goes striking forward, almost elastically, elongated, moving out very quickly. It looks like it could probably go a lot further than where it is right now, but just reaches down and snatches the young knight, and not quite a full grapple, but just kind of just kind of snatches him in a hook fashion and literally smacks him and sends him flying. Yep. You can't avoid it. And you watch as he goes flying 5, 10, 15, 20 feet to land right here in front of Jolo. He failed his dex save and is unmoving.
Oh, you probably should have picked a different cleric.
Sticks. What are you doing?
So this yellow object he's holding, how tall is he?
He's a good 30 feet tall. And it was only visible briefly for a moment in one of the tentacles folded down around us, so you could see a little bit of it.
So I'm thinking if I wanted to go up there and try to sleight of hand it, it's probably way up there.
Oh yeah, unless you can fly or jump really high like Mike.
Jump.
But
How high do I need to jump?
That would be an athletic roll, I guess.
I know, but how high?
I would say-
Does it seem like a realistic jump that I can make, or is it like?
probably is. You're going to have to get into you're going to have to be able to reach 20 feet.
Oh yeah.
Because it's not like he's holding it low. He's holding it like his tentacles are moving and they're up in the air.
Did he use your bow to kind of get extra?
say,
You could roll a 20 and
I'm gonna look at my sword and go, okay, that person just got split in half. No time for glory now. And I'm going to...
No time for glory.
5, 10, 15.
Yeah, get that guy.
And I will slice at him with booming blade.
Okay.
Shit.
Get your D30 out.
I will use a luck point. Okay. My final one.
I'm going to make you guys hit something before you...
Oh, even worse.
Okay,
Even worse, so that's a 7.
okay. No, misses. He misses with a 7.
And I guess that's it.
All right.
Yeah, that's it.
I can give you fighting lessons if you want.
Okay, so between Sticks and Nim, we have all the new 3-bone. And... yeah. Okay. Looks like a couple of them are having some directional issues. This one ends up against the edge of the arena. This one
Trust
manages
these guys.
come back this way, and this one here, he's doing all right. He's going to move right up here. This one's going to turn and move down toward that gladiator. Dwarven's in a little bit of trouble. This one's still over here on Nihilus. That one's not moving, it's going to make an attack, and the rest of them are engaged except for this one, which is going to come over on that gladiator there. And we have those two that are still under the effects of the fear. Okay, wow. Okay, on Nihilus, Nihilus, 16.
Yep. that is-
16 against you for a total of 9 points of damage. From this bite.
And unconscious.
Okay, so he drops this in
It was
unconscious.
annihilated.
We lose another gladiator warrior. And and then we lose another maiden.
You're going to lose all of us soon.
They're not going to be lost. They're going to know exactly where we
This
were.
dwarven fella here just went down, and then this is the one.
I'm going to be doing a lot of spare the
this one.
dying.
Yeah, it is. This one goes down. He hit her really hard. This guy is wounded pretty bad as well. You just see out of the periphery of your eye that this guy got hit pretty hard and is not doing well. Dorban, with that one, the thing stumbles and manages not to hit him.
The queen's gone.
And he's just like quivering in fright, at this point. All right, so that's going to bring up Nihilus.
Death save?
You're down.
What about
Death save.
him?
Oh, sorry, Nim, and then we got the warriors and the maidens.
Nim's going to go rushing straight towards the creature that the prince attacked.
All right.
And I'm going to take a strike at it.
Okay.
Oh, I liked him.
She's going to die again.
So 23 to hit.
Yeah, 23 hits.
Where are you?
You're right there.
Yep. Towards this one?
7 points of damage.
Okay. So not quite as wide a rending injury as the prince did on the creature. You just kind of add to it. It doesn't seem to react to it that much. I mean, he flinches a little bit, but wasn't a great amount of damage for this figure.
Nim's just going to stay there.
Okay. Warriors that are left, let me roll their saves first. Oh. Okay, so,
Why are we frozen?
okay, so,
Looks like we're frozen.
oh
No, but Nihilus isn't. Neither is Nim, just the three of us.
Can you hear us?
We can hear you.
Okay, so
Technical difficulties.
no. Yeah, we just got a little frozen camera there.
Yeah, remember it's just a person.
I'm glad I'm not in a, disturbing.
that would be bad.
The nose
It was on the outside of the nose, outside of the nose. I have a fake mustache.
Yeah, it seems like OBS is.
I look like I'm deep in thought, but we all know the truth. Oh, there we go.
Here we are.
There we go, I'm still frozen though.
Quick,
Yeah,
the DM can't do anything. Let's take them all off the board.
Thank you, OBS, for your upgrade, your update here yesterday. That's got my cameras all goofy. Okay, so
Sarcasm.
Welcome to streaming, folks.
yeah, really. Okay.
Back in position, they'll never know.
Okay, so let's see, it was just the one gladiator that did not, let's see, I think he's this one right here that did not save. Everybody else is now free of the fright.
That woman that was cut in half, I can still use Spread the Dying on her eventually, right?
Yeah,
Maybe a little glue?
You have
would
to cast it
probably
twice,
be a little
though.
bit-
She can just walk it off, I'm pretty sure.
Spirit dies a cantrip.
Alright, so this
Yeah.
maiden is rushing up next to Nim. She seems just absolutely infuriated. The queen has disappeared. These are the maidens that are charged with her protection.
You can take the wall away. I'll quit concentrating.
Okay. You can hear their sobs, their cries as they fight desperately. The two of them, a few of them that are left, are able to get up there. Dorban, in his fright, is going to run, and he'll be He's going to dash.
Does he have a big gold pouch on him? Just out of curiosity.
There'll be an opportunity attack against him.
No, but Nihilus does laying in the dirt.
These two attacking, these two, and I think I got everybody engaged
I
now.
wouldn't steal from a dead man. Dying man, maybe, but not a dead man.
Okay. All right, so. Okay, so the maiden's attacking the two demons, get some good strikes in. You watch as two of them add to the wounds. The one striking the other one as well. And then we have the warriors attacking the smaller ones. Okay, all right. 3 of those. And then the maiden on the other one. All right. Okay, so this one goes down in a pile of goo. All right, these two turning and attacking this one together also managed to finish this one off. This guy is kind of cornered. That one's still feared. He's not doing anything, and this one just went down. Okay. The other one's either missed or didn't do a lot of damage. And that brings up Nihilus.
Okay, death save.
Another death save.
At least it wasn't a 1, it was another 2. A nice
Using
fail.
the same dice as you used last week.
I'm using the exact same dice.
Shit.
I think you need some
I
new
think you should
ones.
change them.
All right, Hildy?
Did you say Nihilus has 4 sets of dice?
I did, and I'm using, well, I'm using the same 2. I guess I could switch to the
So,
other 2.
Hildy saw Nihilus fall and realizes that without him, she's just going to have to depend on Jolo. So she's going to run
That's a
over
problem.
to Nihilus
Let me get us back on the battle map.
and try to make a medicine check just to stop his bleeding or something.
Okay, you can attempt to stabilize him.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll a medicine.
All right. Nat 20.
Nice. Okay, so you staunch the bleeding, and you manage to very quickly revive, not so much revive him, but at least stabilize him. He's still unconscious, but he's at 0.
Mouth to mouth.
As a free action. But yes, he's stabilized and no longer will have to make death saves unless he's hit again. So, all right, anything else from Hildy?
Kill that one maybe or something.
Well, I just did something.
Yeah, it was your action.
Listen, there's only so much an old lady can do here.
You sound like over the Hildy.
That was my full move to get to him, so no, I'm done.
Okay. And Jolo?
I think I'm in trouble. I tried the mace. Maybe that wasn't the best decision last time. I'm thinking, I'm gonna try. Toll the Dead, this guy. I can tell he does not like bells. The little guy.
The little guy? Okay.
The little guy.
Right next to you. Got it.
Because he's already injured. I already did the hard work.
He's shaped like
He is. He took 1 point of damage.
One massive point of damage.
It rung his bell.
Epic.
He fails.
Nice.
He fails, and you see him just wrenching at his little arms trying to reach his head, but can't quite get there, and you can see him nodding in pain.
That's the same action you do when I start talking.
Yes. That's what I was good at.
I think I need a D12. This is a D12, right? Yeah. What is that, my
Nice.
friend? 10.
Yes.
Does he pop all over Jolo's clothes?
Wow. 10 is exactly what you needed, as he does. He just out of spite, he just explodes pus and goo all over you, all of your nice white, beautiful
White and gold.
threads that you wear, that you're so proud of, as he slips to the ground, just bubbling a moment in the sand before he just becomes a Jello.
Nice. I shall remove him from the board.
All right, anything else from Jello?
Yes, I'm going to run away.
You have some movement left, I believe, so.
I haven't used any movement this
There
turn
you go.
yet. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Yeah, let's go here. That looks good.
Okay. Geez, did my battle cam things up too? It might have. Let's see if we can get that.
I'm not doing my epic victory over the slime mold.
Yeah.
Could you believe it?
We should re-roll.
Okay. There we
Wait,
go.
no.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard to beat that 20.
20?
Mine 20.
Oh, that's 20.
And you're almost max damage.
My epic bells. I'd like to chime in on this attack with my bells.
Okay.
Well, fell in the space.
You're a ding dong.
Okay. All right, so it's going to take us to the top of the round. The knight, still unconscious. The demons at this point just kind of scan the area, almost a shrug between them, and you watch as they turn around in unison. The white line appears once more, and there's a bright glow as it expands into this large black electricity swirling mist inside appears, and they begin to walk through. Now, any of you that want to take an attack of opportunity, the maidens
Yep.
are definitely taking an attack of opportunity as they walk through. Both of them hit. Wow. And the other one, nat 20. Wow.
I was about to, but I'm just going to let him go.
All of them striking in rage and anger at these creatures as they go through with their opportunity attacks. Nem, did you want to make one?
Yeah, 18.
Okay, 18 hits.
Cool. 7 points of damage.
Okay.
Sorry, wrong dice.
I meant 1.
10 damage.
10 points. Okay, so up a little bit. All right. Okay.
I rolled the wrong dice last time.
Yes, all 4 of you striking at the same time. 2 of you attacking one, 2 of you attacking the other. You see them kind of flinch and grunt with some pain in their industrious voices as they go through this portal. And just as you retract your sword, the portal shuts and then disappears. The stench is
What
gone. The stench is gone, and the fear that was there, that you still feel, but you're not overcome by it as you were before. But everyone still felt that fear, that terror of these creatures diminishes to a normal level. You know, that you're in combat, the adrenaline's rushing, and all that. But you don't feel that intensity any longer as they disappear. Still, the mobs of people that are still trying to get out at the edges of the arena, for the most part, it's cleared out up in the stands. There's several levels, and it's almost, for just a moment, the fluid flow of these people at the periphery slows just a little bit in their absolute desperation to get out of the arena, but still they don't turn and make any effort to help. They're still dead set on getting out. And that's going to bring us to Styx.
So the little guys are still there, right?
The little guys are still there.
But not the big guys.
Yeah.
In my notes of sandalwood.
And those that have turned to goo, at least a round ago, are beginning to just dissipate into the sand completely and disappear.
All right. He's going to say, well, this didn't turn out too well. He's going to run to I'm assuming he's the prince, and he's going to try to revive him.
Okay.
I'm going to pick his pockets.
You can do both.
Take that lightning sword.
Can I change my,
Hello, you heal this guy.
13?
What are you healing him with?
I don't know. I guess I will. I'll look through his stuff if he has a potion or anything.
Okay.
Do you want to kill one of those bad guys?
Okay. All right, make a roll sleight of hand. See what or investigation. You're probably, unless you're trying to hide it, but no one's really paying attention to you.
13.
13 is your investigation. There's a coin pouch. It clinks with coins, and there is his weapons. There's a gilded dagger. There's the long sword that he was using. There is he has rings on his fingers. Rings on his fingers that also contain gems. Looking rather expensive. He's wearing an amulet around his neck that is shining with this glittering red ruby, and with that roll, it's about as far as you're able to get.
No potions?
Searching.
Nothing stuff?
Nothing that's, no.
I'm going to take the purse. It's too tempting.
All right, so just roll a sleight of hand with advantage, just to see if anybody happens
You
to notice.
just said medicine?
22.
All right, so in the process of investigation, you cut the strings and move the purse away, stealthily stowing it within your many pockets of your cloak, and not even a slight clink of coin as you move it, and you feel pretty safe and secure that you've moved it away without anyone noticing.
Free action, I'll just shake him. Hey!
Which attracts all the monsters as they converge.
Spurting out. No. He seems unconscious. It's not clear whether or not he's he's not responding at this point. So.
All right. I will finish my movement and run towards Jolo.
Okay.
To share?
You don't know what I did.
So did you help that guy? Looked like you were trying to help him.
I couldn't help him. But I helped myself.
You forgot he wasn't a clerk.
Okay, it was too tempting. More frozen again.
Oh, wonderful.
So is Nihilus. No.
Why? OBS, why? Oh, man.
I will say my intention was to help him. It really was.
By investigation?
Well, I didn't have any way to heal him.
What about medicine?
All right, we're going to take a break real quick so that I can get this
healing kit.
camera worked out, and hopefully we won't have any continued issues with it, and then we'll come back, and the Naribos will be doing their best to exact revenge and damage and whatever it is that they want to exact, mostly just eat them. And so we'll come back shortly. Okay, welcome back, everybody. Sorry about the technical difficulties that we had earlier. May have them again because it turns out we're going to have to, it was due to a software upgrade, and so we're going to have to work on that between episodes. So hopefully we'll finish this one up in the next hour or so, and be able to get through it without too many freezing cameras. In any case, we left the characters, all of our heroes, in the midst of a battle. The main demons, the strange, very large, obese, wide-mouthed creatures that had stepped through a portal, had turned and left the scene, leaving behind them several smaller little versions of themselves, these little fiends that were terrorizing the rest of the maidens and warriors, and of course the players themselves. So that's where we left it, and I believe we were at Nim in the turn order. Is that correct, Nim?
I think Styx just went, he looted the prince, and then, I don't know.
Liberated.
It's like
But Nim, you didn't act or do anything, correct? Before the break, so then, yep. So actually, we're on the New Paribo between Styx and them. Okay, that's where we're at.
Okay,
so,
I know where the prince is. The prince is lying on the floor. And where is
Prince.
Nihilus?
yeah, before you go, Nim, I've got the new Paribo are doing a couple things. Because they didn't finish their actions before the break.
Old Rebo.
New
Freebo
Paribos.
Classic.
Okay, so we got one that's coming over to attack the maiden. The maidens are standing almost in stunned silence at this point. This one is finally beginning to turn around. And he's going to sense Dwarven there. Okay. He knows who that one is. He knows where you are, Hildy.
Hey, there's somebody in between us.
Yes, but he's dead on the ground.
Technicality.
You should check his health
And this
in his
guy.
wallet too.
Okay. All right, so the Moron Dwarven misses as his luck continues to hold up. And on Hildy, we have a 16.
I'm going to use shield as a reaction.
Okay, all right, so that's going to, as it comes forward to attempt to bite you, you're able, this transparent, though slightly luminescent barrier appears around you and rebuffs its attempt to sink its nasty teeth into your flesh. And then we have the one on the Maiden of Suna, which manages to hit. Oh, she's still up, but gravely injured at this point. And then we have on the warrior misses, on the other warrior misses. And what else we have there? 1, 2. That's all of them. Right? Okay. And last warrior. Okay. All right, Nim, sorry, you are up now.
I'm sorry, can you just point out where Nihilus is?
Yep, he's the blue guy on the ground, prone.
And that's more than 30. That's more than 30 feet away from me, right?
Yeah, it looks like it's about 40 feet.
Okay, I'm gonna move across to the little creature in front of me to the bottom of the screen as we see it now,
Okay.
bottom left, and I'm gonna take a swing at it
Okay, so
with my sword.
This one?
good, let's point out which one she's going after.
This one?
No, she said bottom.
Down to the left. No,
My left?
No, the other one just up to about middle. I'm thinking it was.
You do that.
Yeah. Right.
No, other way.
Other way, over here?
No, yeah, that creature that's right by me there.
Okay. All right, so go ahead and make your attack, Kim.
It's 15 to hit.
That's a hit.
Okay, listen. 6 plus 9 points of damage.
Okay. That one begins to shrivel and shrink. Its maw opens up wide to cry. Don't really get much of an audible response. It's just a wide opening as it stretches the sinew in front of it in pain as it sinks down into the sand, becoming just a puddle of gelatin once more, like the others.
Do I have any movement left? I think probably another 5 feet, right?
I think you were right at the edge of 30 when I moved you.
Okay, that's fine. Then I'll stay where I am.
Okay, so after Nim, we have the warriors and the maidens. Alright, they're going to start to converge on those that are still surviving. He's good now. These two are going to move over. Oh, you removed that one, right? So he's not going to step in the puddle.
Oh, should I have left him?
No, that's fine. Dwarven's going to keep running and take an opportunity attack. This guy's still up. He's going to take a shot at the one on Hildy as he turns. I think that's everybody's engaged now. So he's going to just keep running for the door. And so we'll see if it hits him.
Come on, nat 20.
No, but it does hit him. Doing a little bit of damage, but you watch as it bites at him, at Dorban as he runs away, and he screams, "Ow!" from the hit as it just tears off some of the in his back, some of the threads. You see a bit of flesh dangling from its teeth as it pulls back from the bite attack. And the two maidens that are on this side finish off that. Brebo, slicing into it coolly in their rage, reducing it to a puddle. The other one is missed. And then the one with the two warriors and Nem. Okay, it's still alive, but it's pussing profusely from all its many wounds. And then the other one misses. Okay. All right, that brings us to Nihilus. You're stable but unconscious.
Yeah, so that's just a pass, right?
Pretty much. Yeah, so there's nothing you can do at this point. There's no death saves or anything.
Can't you just wake up?
Yeah, snap out of it.
Yeah. Hildy.
I believe drawing a weapon is a free action.
It is.
I'm already being attacked and don't want to get an attack of opportunity, so I'm going to draw my short sword and attack this guy.
Okay. For the first time, you see Hildy draw a blade.
Well, that would be a grand total of 7.
7 misses. And it appears like she's not very proficient with it.
Yeah.
Or maybe she just doesn't like the stink of a new Paribo in her face.
It might be that too.
The notes of sandalwood are floating in your direction.
Yeah,
They should inspire.
The lavender.
No. A
Bad.
little bit of a conflict there.
Yeah.
Anything else from Hildy?
No.
Okay, so wild swing from Hildy misses, and Jolo.
Yeah, so I've got a couple of things I need to get done. The maidens over there are watching me, right? They're focused on their brethren. Let's see, 5, 10, 15. This guy's within 30 feet. So I am going to double down on my Toll the Dead.
Okay. All right.
Turn around and face him, or just do it over your shoulder.
You know what? I can make a sonorous sound just as well, facing this way or that way.
Okay.
Just with the flip of his hair
Yeah.
as he casts a spell.
You don't have to like
Backwards.
point your mustache at them or anything?
My mullet. My mullet is the true source of power.
Shake of the mullet hair.
Exactly. Flick the mullet.
Alrighty then. So getting past the mullet,
You can't get past the mullet.
I know. He fails to save. Boom! Echoing through the arena. Go and roll the damage.
Is he a damaged individual, or is he
The one on...
right there?
No, he's just been wandering. He just hasn't come into contact with
Nice
anybody.
try.
So he only gets the 8. Yeah, when you get the mullet and the mustache at the same time, that's the real problem. This looks like a good one. I can feel it.
Wow.
So anyway,
Is that
Can
one?
he handle that one whole point of damage?
you know what? This is what happened last time. So I softened him up for you. You know,
So shall we call it a pattern?
well, you do a 1, then you do a 10, and then everything kind of
You know,
works
when I
out.
had knee surgery, my girlfriend got me a little bell. Ding-a-ling. That's what he just heard.
And she called it tolling the bell. Tolling the dead.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that it for Joel? Does he have any other fantastic, marvelous, extraordinary
does
moves
he?
to make?
So we established the maidens were not, in fact, watching me at the very beginning.
I think they're so a little focused on what they're doing right now.
I'm just gonna, turn in their direction. I think that's good.
With flourish.
Yes. Hands outstretched. Like, look what I just did. And since they missed it, they won't know.
You just catch them, look at each other.
Winking is a free action, right?
Yeah. Okay, top of the turn order, we have the young knight. Okay. And Sticks.
All right. I'm going to, let's see. I'm going to run 10 feet to Dorman and say, give me a healing potion to heal the prince. I know you have one. Give me.
He's scared and now injured. Go ahead and roll a intimidation.
There we go. 18.
Okay. So with shaky hands, he reaches inside a pouch, small pouch on his belt, and he pulls out a pair of potions. Or what look like the potions are vials with the red shimmering liquid inside. And with one of them, he hands over, again with these shaky hands. The other one he kind of retracts toward himself.
Can I... Is it free action just to take it, or
Yeah, to take it is free action.
All right, I was going to grab both, but I think that would probably be an action. All right, I'll take one.
Okay.
And I will run towards 1, 10, 15, 20. That should get me right up to him. And I will pour it down his throat.
The
Prince, right?
Prince, okay. All right, so, yeah, so either the act of pouring it down his throat or taking a potion yourself while you're level 1 to 3 is a bonus action, okay, in our game. However, after you guys, if you guys make it past level 3, then it becomes an action to actually use a potion in that way. So, with your bonus action, you haven't, everything you did didn't include a bonus action, correct, with the movement?
Yeah, no. Okay,
Then you're able to force him to imbibe this potion. And it's a 2d4 plus 2. You can go and roll that.
4, 5, 6, 7.
Okay. And you note that as the potion flows down his throat, he begins to slowly come to consciousness. And we'll deal with him on his round. Anything else from Sticks?
And I still have an action, right? Because I have free action handed to me and bonus action.
Yeah.
And I will firebolt that one guy just to the south of me.
Okay.
Go and I weaken for you.
With that 1 point.
Teamwork.
13.
13 hits.
Alright, that's 1d10 right now. 2 points.
2 points. So as a firebolt hits the creature, causing a little bit of scorching over the upper part of its deltoid, you note that it doesn't seem to stick. You don't note any
I thought they called them
any
sticks.
real damage from the fire, other than the scorching.
Alright, then that's all my move. That's everything.
Okay.
I'm all done.
All right. So it's gonna bring up the remaining new Paribo.
But I am facing him.
Okay, so we have one dealing with the maidens, and another one dealing with the warriors, one on Hildy, and this one, you are now close enough to him, and he's going to come lumbering forward to attack Sticks,
It's okay, I got you.
and then the one on the guard. Okay.
I'm going like this.
Okay, so
I'm like, yeah, I'm the man.
this is
yeah.
the maidens, and hits one of the guards. Ooh, or not guards, warriors. And, okay, so he gets that warrior. He's standing there in chainmail, stuck really good as his maw just clamps over his arm, and you see him just rip out a huge piece of flesh. His arm kind of goes limp, bleeding out really badly. He stumbles, looks like he's going to have some trouble staying on his feet, probably on his last legs if he doesn't get some healing soon. And then we have the other warrior missed, Hildy.
Hildy is going to protect Nihilus.
Okay, it's attacking Hildy and rolls an 11.
Hildy has a 12 armor class.
Okay, so she's just missed. And then we have, what is it?
This one.
On that guard, yeah, the last guard. 7, not even close. Okay.
Oh, there's one by Styx.
I just moved there,
And Styx, we have the one on Styx.
I thought.
Okay, Styx, the attack on him is a 10.
I nimbly step out of the way.
Okay, so Styx is not
Very nimble.
hit. And so that's gonna bring up Nim.
Nim's pretty nimble too.
What are you gonna do, Nim?
After you unmute yourself.
Yeah.
Nim is going to run straight over to Nihilus, so I'm assuming that's within 30 feet. And I'm going to search his body for the gleaming yellow crystal that the fat man gave him, knowing it's a healing crystal.
Okay. Yeah, so you know he had it, but you don't know what he did with it. So make an investigation.
How do we know?
14.
14.
I forget.
So Nihilus, the gem, I imagine you probably would have put in, you didn't specify where you put it.
I did. I said I put it in the pouch on my bandolier.
Oh, okay, okay.
So Nimit was trying to intercept that crystal when it was thrown, so I think she would have followed the crystal quite closely and seen where it was put.
Styx would have done the same thing.
But you didn't say that. Yeah, so searching his body, because of everything that was going on with the fat man at that time, and you were dead set on just getting the hell out of there. Almost. Well, I think you had finally acquiesced at that point, and so 14's not going to quite get it. You're unable to locate it. You're sure it's on him somewhere, but you just didn't see the final area that he put it in, and that specific area is not too common of a spot to have placed a valuable, so you may not be thinking about looking in that specific area for it.
Okay, so that would be my action to search him, right?
Correct.
Okay, I am just going to protect him too.
Okay, so you can stand over his fallen body.
Yeah.
Okay, and it's going to bring up the maidens and the guards. The maidens attacking. Okay, they hit. That one's injured anyway. Okay, they reduce him to a pile of goo, so he goes down. Okay, that'll just get her there. And she'll just go ahead and use her dash to get up here. We just took care of that one. And then these guys are on that one. This guy's going to shoot an arrow at that one, so everybody else is engaged. Alright, so the one attacking the new Paribo does hit. And takes enough to finish that one off. So that new Paribo goes down.
On this one?
Nope, the one with the maiden over there in front of Styx. And then the guards, or warriors, you call them guards, there's 3 of them on that one. 2, all 3 hit. That one, yeah, easily goes down. And then we have the one on bow, misses. And then we have the one on the other new, that one hits. Okay, does a little bit of damage, but not enough to kill it. And so that brings up Nihilus. Nihilus, again, just waiting for somebody to heal him. Can't do anything. Hildy.
Hildy's gonna try and attack this thing again.
With the sword?
Yep.
Okay.
Ooh, got better. 9.
9 still misses. So
Was better.
Yes, it was
Better.
Wasn't quite the awkward swing as it was initially, but no hit. Is she going to move or do anything else?
No, because if she moves, she'll get attacked.
Okay, Jolo.
Jolo is going to continue to show his bravery as he,
From way over there.
well, he's going to move closer a little bit. Let's see. This guy looks ripe for the picking. 5, 10, 15, 20. So if I go 5, 10, 15, I'm within my 30 feet of this, this enemy.
Okay.
And you're not going to believe what I'm about to do. Something that will blow your mind.
Something with a bell.
Yes.
Oh.
I'm going to toll that bell like you wouldn't believe.
All right. You're lucky these things aren't very wise.
Well, they're going out after me, so of course they're not that wise.
Oh, he fails miserably. As the bell once more rings. I mean,
The bell tolls for thee. Is he,
Yes.
has he been weakened a little bit?
yes,
That's
he has
what
been
I'm wondering.
injured, so you...
So I take on the D12 of Destiny.
That's the one.
This is the one for Destiny? Okay. Thought it was the green one. What is that, my friends?
1?
That is
2 1.
That is 2 1s right next to each other.
So that's even better than 1-1.
11.
That's twice as good.
It's double 1s.
Snake eyes.
What do you roll?
You got 11.
Oh, okay.
That is not
I think
snake
you're
eyes.
correlating
Two
with the last
ones.
one that you rolled. Okay, so 11 points of damage. That does it.
Yes.
As you, the psychic damage, making this thing cringe, you just watch his head just explodes and reduces him to a pile of goo. That over the next round or two, those that have been killed earlier are just kind of sinking into the sand and dissipating. Anything else, Jolo? You finally get your first kill.
It's not my first kill. I got a bunch of those already. At least one other one.
Kill pretty... Yeah.
Killing us with this.
No, I got the 10.
No, that's the first.
No.
No, that's what we're counting.
What did it kill? Don't think.
Just
Pretty sure I
watch
did.
the videos again.
We're going to go back on replay. I'm going to leave a comment on Twitch or YouTube. Anyway.
It might have been, I don't know, I'm just messing with you. But, okay.
Yeah, so I'm going to give my courtly bow and just kind of, show off to my followers over here. This is the power of Suna.
In the meantime, the young knight has come to consciousness. He is awakening. You see at first confusion in his eyes, then... How about that? What is going on? Well,
My epic attack just completely shattered the fabric of reality. I think that's how it worked.
there we go. And then I'm
I
stuck.
did kill that other one with the Tribe of the Dead.
No.
Did he?
But we're not counting. No, he didn't.
I did. I rolled the 10.
No.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, okay.
No.
I'm going to leave 2 comments.
All right. I think we're back again.
For those of you who lost the video feed, they agreed that I killed 17 of the enemies.
That was.
Nobody did that.
Well, I mean, other than some of the people.
If only you could heal as well, it would be so cool.
Yeah,
I can't
that,
heal.
That camera's definitely not right.
What's that?
That camera's not right.
That's an old picture.
It's an old picture.
You've already cleaned all those off.
They're all back.
They grew
There we
up
go.
out of their
There we go.
pus puddles.
I'll just kill them again, that's fine.
Round 2. Okay. Yeah, so he rises and he looks around desperately, not really paying attention to anything else going on in the arena, except for what he's looking for.
His gold pouch?
Yeah, but let him finish. As he gets up, he looks around, initially confused, and then you can see anger and then anguish flash over his face. Mother, where has she gone? And he stands there just searching every face, searching the bodies that are on the ground, looking everywhere for some clues to what's happened to his mother, the queen. So, Styx, you're up.
They've taken her. Glad you're back up. Now throw the potion bottle, the empty potion bottle on the floor, so he knows that he give it to him.
I'm gonna have him insight you because he doesn't know what the fuck you're doing. He's really confused right now, but he just kind of nods. But he's and you can see the memories coming back because he went down right after she was taken, and he charged forward, but he didn't see them leave. So at this point, he doesn't know everything how it ended after he was knocked unconscious. What are you gonna do, Styx?
I'll say you were thrown against the crates. Make sure you got your sword and dagger and anything else you might have dropped. And then I will run and firebolt that last one.
Boy, you just set up plausible denial, didn't you?
He was too busy to insight me.
8? No. No.
I don't think I've hit one guy yet.
Yeah, you've had some crap rolls.
I hit a purse though.
You did.
Join that well, brother.
So we have the one new Primo that survived, and we have Hildy and Nim. It's going to attempt to bite Hildy, as it's focused completely on Nim. Doesn't even care that the other new Primo are
That's
gone
not
to
right.
goo. And 17.
17. Hang on, yes, that will hit.
17. For 5 points of piercing damage as he bites into you, drawing a bit of blood and putting another hole in the skirt that you're wearing, as tall as you are, that, it's another opportunity for a patch.
Luckily, Hildy had exactly 5 points left. So.
So did she just get reduced to 0?
Yes.
Okay, so she collapses on the ground unconscious. And that's it for him. That's the only guy we got left. I see. So that's going to bring up Nim.
Turn your guy.
So Nim is going to search Nyla some more.
Okay, make another investigation.
14.
Do you have any bonuses on that, or is that the total?
That's a total.
That's what you rolled before. You're missing that one pocket.
But oh shit.
You're just missing
I
that
checked
one.
the lower half of his body the first time, now I'm checking upper.
Hey, didn't you listen to my hour-long description? I have a lot of pouches.
He's got a lot of damn pouches. It's just insane. But you're just not finding it. You're finding a lot of other crap. Shells. Coins.
Did you find that pouch at 500 gold?
Pouch of 500 gold. That was easy to find. Little ribbons and I don't know what the hell Nylos has in all those little pouches, but probably ridiculous crap. So.
Nim would not take the pouch.
You're taking the pouch?
No, Nim would not take the pouch of 500 gold. Kim would, but not Nim.
All right. Anything else from Nim? Is she just very frustrated at this point? Okay, so then that's going to bring up the guards and the maidens at this point. The maidens start to they come together.
Sorry. Can I just backtrack for a second. Can I step between Hildy and the last creature that's there?
Not really. They're all just diagonal, so you're about as close as you're going to be able to get.
Okay,
And-
perfect.
Yeah, Hildy.
Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, there's no space between those two either. No. So the maidens, not paying attention to any of you guys at this point.
They're all focused on Jolo, right?
That silky mustache.
And the mullet.
It's not exactly in the order of the initiative, but it's all going off before Nihilus anyway. These guys will all come over and make attacks
Oh, good.
on the new Baribo. So they're all four going to attack, plus this Bowman. He's going to try and thread the needle there, although he hadn't hit shit all night. Similar to Jolo. They might be related. So
I encourage everyone to rewind the stream.
all right, so the four on that last new Baribo, oh yeah, they hit him a couple times there. And he's injured anyway. Yep, he goes down. The last one finally goes to Goo as they finish that new Baribo off. The Bowman, just for shits and giggles, he doesn't roll a 1, but he misses. And the maidens are all coming together. You see, in the space where the portal was, the huge portal that the demons had walked back through, you see them almost desperately just searching the sand as if there's some sort of way to activate it or reignite it, make it happen, make it appear once more. But as their search comes to nothing, similar to Nim, their frustration turns to wails of despair as they fall on their knees, crying and wailing over the loss of their queen.
Oh, don't be babies.
There's nobody else to attack at this point in the arena, which is almost entirely clear at this point of people that have been desperately trying to get out. Dwarven.
Anyone got a healing potion?
Yeah, we'll get to that in 1 second as I set it up for what's happening in the arena as the initiative ends. Dwarven is making his way out of the arena. I'll find a priest, he yells and moves back.
Can I rush towards him?
Towards
Dorban.
This is what's happening on their initiative order.
Okay.
Before we get out of initiative. He's in that same initiative before Nihilus. So he's rushing out as fast as he can to go find a priest. The maidens are now just wailing over the loss of their queen, and the guards have finally, the warriors have finally finished off the last new Baribo, and that's where we come out of initiative. What do you guys want to do?
I want to know if a cleric is a priest or not. Should I be offended?
Cleric, priest, potato.
I should be offended.
I think it's the color of the robes.
I'm glad you took his money.
I wanted to dash towards Dorban and say, that last healing potion, you have but a scratch. Give it to me. There are people
How
dying.
fast how far can you, because he's already 60 feet out the door.
60.
Yeah, so he dashed
Maybe
away to
60.
find a priest. So he's out of the arena at this point.
Would I be able to, he'll be 60 in front of me, I can run 60, but he'll still be that 10, 20 feet. Can I run that far to him and say...
Yeah, you can run that distance and you'll still be, that far behind him.
I'll still be, 20, 25 feet behind him? And I want to yell to him, Dorban, give me that last healing potion. You have about a scratch and there's people dying in here.
I rolled a perception for him, he didn't hear you. It's loud, the crowds, he's moving through the crowds. Just straight down the road, the roadway. It's a broad road. You can see that the boulevard, there are many tertiary avenues off it. The streets are crowded with people just running everywhere and yelling and screaming. He didn't hear you.
And since no one's really paying attention, I'm going to empty out the pouch that the prince had in my hand, put it all in my own pouch, and drop the his pouch on the ground
Okay. Okay.
and kick sand over it.
Okay. Now, so you hear the familiar clink of coins and perhaps something else as you dump it into your own pouch and discard of his, which, by the way, was a nice velvet burgundy pouch with what looked like gold twine for the tie and like a gold rampaging lion emblazoned on the outside.
I'll get a new one.
Okay. So what's everybody else doing?
Sleeping.
Yeah, I was thinking about getting a new one of those, but maybe I'll just help out and you spray the dyeing and literally raise the dying to life.
Raise the dying to life.
That would be awesome.
Okay. All right. Level 1. How would you propose to do that? You're going to pray fervently?
I'm gonna.
What's the spell you got?
I have spare the dying. So, praying usually entails something good happening at the end, but this is more like
I mean,
I'm just gonna kind of slap her face.
Slap her.
Say, wake up! What are you doing?
Hildy just went down, and so she hadn't had to make a death save yet. She would have to on this round. So you're casting Spare the Dying on her now?
Yes.
Okay, so that stabilizes her.
Yeah.
Well, if he's slapping her, isn't that a critical hit on the Constitution?
No, I have to
Could go
touch.
that way.
I have to touch. I'll be very clear, because if I said touch, then people are reading into it on a,
Gentle touch to an unconscious
This is-
lady.
yeah, see, that it just goes wrong.
So after the 2 slaps, and then...
2?
Well, the slap...
I got a freebie?
The slap that
The second one takes her down again. And she starts dying.
after the slaps that are the 2 critical fails, he casts Spare the Dying and bring her back to 0.
Yay.
With a couple extra bruises, but maybe Hildy won't notice.
Yeah, I heard she's into that.
Yeah, well, you have a new friend. All right, so Hildy is beginning to come to consciousness. Or no, you're at 0. Just like Nihilus, both of you, just out. Anybody else doing anything?
I'm gonna try and look for that crystal again. Third time lucky, maybe.
I'll give you advantage on this, since you have pretty much rifled through his entire body at this point. If you can't do it with advantage, Nim. I don't know.
18.
No, yeah, that doesn't.
Okay, do I know how to use this crystal?
You're a Sylvan Elf, and so you have some familiarity with magic, and it's not a foreign concept to you. The Emerald Isle, the Sylvan Kingdom where you come from, you see a lot of magic all the time. You're probably familiar with how to use gems, or at least how you've seen other people use them, but let's roll a history check just to be sure.
I'm pretty sure my history's not too bad.
Sure.
And these last words.
A 15.
That's good enough. You know enough in your training with the Order that similar to scrolls, whereas an arcanist or a mage or wizard would have to actually read the arcane writing on a scroll. They have to concentrate and cast it from the scroll. You're doing essentially the same thing with the gem. You're concentrating and focusing on the gem and willing it to do what it has been designed to do, release the magic. You know that it'll destroy the gem once you do it. It's a one-use thing. So,
Can I take a look to see if there's a priest or anything coming or dwarvens coming back, anything like that?
yeah, as you look around, you just see who's in there right now. Nobody's come back in yet.
Yeah.
It's just,
I'm going to use the crystal.
Okay. Okay. So, Nim, as you concentrate on this amber, yellowish, glowing gem, knowing that it's a healing gem because you were told that's what it was, releasing its magic, you watch as this you feel kind of a tickling sensation in your hands, and then almost a force being released. It's the first time you've ever used a gem. releasing a gem's magic in this way. And as it does so, your hands just kind of fly apart, and you watch the dust particles of the gem still illuminating, but then just winking out before they even hit the sand. But almost a concussive wave of divine energy that explodes off from you as the epicenter, where you were holding the gem. And everyone within 60 feet gains 20 points of healing immediately.
Sure.
So that concussive wave of divine energy that you don't really feel. I mean, you feel it like internally, but you don't really feel physically. And it washes over you, and all those within 60 feet receiving the healing, and Nihilus begins to, his eyes begin to flutter open, and he comes to consciousness.
I'm gonna just kneel down to Nihilus and say, Tosh, I'm sorry I used your crystal, but you were down.
My crystal? What crystal?
The healing crystal.
Nihilus is going to reach into his pouch and realize it's not there. And he's going to get a really worried look across his face and kind of recoil back, kind of backwards crawling in the sand, and look at Nim and say, "You took this from me?"
Yep.
Did you take anything else?
I didn't touch anything else. I did look through all your pockets though.
You got about 30 buckles and buttons that are like open, and you know.
He's going to pat himself down and kind of feel around all his different little pouches and bags. And he's just going to get an extremely distraught, worried, and what's the word? Like betrayed look on his face, and he's gonna kind of get to his feet and take a few steps back.
Those damn rogues.
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody else doing anything?
I don't think so.
So as you guys, Hildy is still unconscious.
What?
Were you within 60 feet?
Yeah.
Okay, so
I'm on top of Nihilus.
okay, got it. Yep, you are. I'm looking at the battle map, thinking you're way over on the other side. Okay, so yeah, so all of you are conscious now, and brushing yourself off, Hildy, you realize you got a nice big old rip in your skirt that you didn't have before, just the right size for one of your patches that I'm sure you have many of. You see the young knight pounding around in the sand over next to the maidens, who are just, again, still distraught and wailing, crying, sobbing over the loss of their queen. He doesn't go up to them and attempt to interact with them in any way. He seems to be just stomping in circles, upset, not sure what to do, before he finally just collapses into the sand, and he's just got his head in his hands. It doesn't look like he's crying or sobbing. It just looks like he doesn't know what to do. As the demons are gone, all the smaller ones have been destroyed. The goo just disappearing into the sand, and there's nowhere for him to go to follow.
Well, since Nim and Nihilus are apparently having a stare-off over betrayal,
Nim would have reached out a hand to help you up, Hildy.
Hildy's gonna go over and pat him on the head and say, there, dear. It'll be okay. Pat, 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 pat.
It's not okay.
Well, not now, but it will be.
It won't be, not until... There was no better woman in Plethwy. You don't understand what this will mean to our kingdom. My father will move heaven and earth to find her.
Well,
It's
that's
rotten
when
to
it
you.
will get better.
Or it will get much worse.
Well, look on the bright side.
How many
I said there's one
minutes?
time in my life that I'm not certain there is a bright side. Who are you?
Oh, my name name is Hildy. She'll hug him.
He just kind of takes it, just not to be rude. Thank you.
Stand up, dear. Stand up.
He seemingly still very distraught, obviously. He reluctantly stands.
There, feel better?
No,
Oh,
no.
never mind then.
He looks over at the maidens. They may not survive this. They were everything to her. She was everything to me.
Maybe if we helped figure out what happened, the maidens could come with us.
What?
Just
I
thinking
can't
out
hear
there.
you over here.
I'm just thinking to myself out loud. But I guess no one's listening. Can I walk over and,
sure.
and join this club? I'm not even that far away. What are you talking about?
You're 20 feet.
Yeah, you walk over and you see Hildy speaking with this young man.
Theoretically, I could have used thaumaturgy and just talked a little louder, but sure, yes. So I'd like to ask I'll ask the prince, as a matter of fact, do you have any clues as to where these demon spawn may have come from?
Where they've come from. Oh yes, I'm quite certain of where they've come from. Where they've gone. This I don't know.
Any hint? Where did they come from? Let's start there.
He's probably not thinking really clearly right now, as distraught as he is and thinking about a lot of other things, given the position that he holds and what this may mean. Roll a persuasion.
Natural
Nice.
20.
Wow.
That's how cleric priests do it.
What's that?
Well, talk
is.
about redemption.
Redemption from my multiple kills. I think I got like 7 of them in the arena.
We look at him in fractions.
7 firsts.
Yeah, so he seems taken aback. And although Hildy had done a lot in her own way to try and comfort him,
Yeah, don't do that again.
it seems like the words of a priest, a cleric in this case, are what comfort him in this moment more than anything. You have symbols of Suna on you?
I do have a symbol of Suna.
You wear it?
I didn't specify. I guess it's on my shield.
Okay, well, if it's on your shield, then it's pretty fucking obvious. You're a priest of Suna.
Of course.
These demons, they've been around for a couple decades or more. It's since I was born. Not many people know this. They know that there's been evil throughout the lands in different places. They don't know the origin of the evils. I myself, well, perhaps that's much to say. And what this will mean is that my father, in his eager haste to get the queen back, which is probably an impossible fantasy, would be willing to give up whatever this vessel is, if he has it, in trade for her and what will be left of her. This is a dire consequence for the kingdom, and it'll leave me with a bitter choice. He seems to realize that he's saying too much at that point to somebody he doesn't know.
You can't trust this face.
Just turns away.
I assume by this stage we've all moved closer and have heard this too, or
Yeah, you can. I mean, if you're intent on coming over.
Well, I'm hanging out by the, I probably walk back in, but I'm hanging out by the arches.
When he turns away, Hildy will rub his back.
doesn't-
I've got betrayed
I don't
eyes
think
from
that's helping.
Nihilus. I'm moving forward.
Yeah, I'm trying to stay out of the mix because of other things that
Under the radar, huh? Yeah, so Nim, as you approach, you hear kind of the last part of the conversation. What did you want to do?
I want to just, did I hear the part about the vessel?
Yeah, I would say you would.
What kind of vessel are we talking about?
He looks at you. Sylvan, I don't know what... I shouldn't have mentioned anything about a vessel. I don't know that much about vessels, what they're looking for. My father will know, I'm sure, but I'm not privy to that information. I don't know what this vessel is, only that they've demanded it. I just know that if my father has it, he will give it up.
Is there anything that we can do for you?
Sylvan, why are you here?
We took part in the tournament. It was an opportunity to help defend the Queen. We didn't succeed, but that's where our loyalties are.
None of us did. We all failed today.
Well, dear, do you have someone perhaps magical or worldly that could help advise us in this situation? A court wizard, perhaps?
There will be those along soon to collect me. I have no doubt. What happens after that remains to be seen. But this land will be on a teetering on an edge for the foreseeable future. I don't expect that the tourneys will continue, but they are meaningless compared to what's happened. I suggest that if you plan to leave the city, you do so before nightfall, because once word gets out, the streets and roads leading away from Lion's Gate will be congested with traffic. People leaving in a panic, no doubt.
My name is Nimalea Tathalon. I'm from the Sylvan Kingdom. If our roads cross again, let us know if there's something we can do, but we'll keep an eye out for things. But if this vessel is why your mom was taken, maybe your dad should just give up your vessel.
I suspect that if this demon wants the vessel, whatever power it may have, to give it up would be giving unto our own destruction. Lady, my name is Arthur Penjago Eldroth. I am the prince of this kingdom, future king, the only living heir to the throne. And I appreciate your kindness. He removes a ring from his finger. You can see that it has the symbol of the rampaging lion set in gold within the flat surface of a ruby, as if it's floating inside. The ring itself is quite large and is gold, encrusted with gold and small diamonds. And he hands it to you. If you find yourself in need, and I'm nearby, send this. I'll do what I can to help.
Thank you, Prince Arthur. And best of luck. I hope you get your mom back.
About the time you hear thundering hooves pounding the ground, and a commanding voice shouts for the crowd outside, "Make way! Make way! Move aside!" Seconds before 24 mounted temple knights charge into the arena. Followed closely behind them are several priests and doormen. At the lead, an older man in full plate mail and long white gold French cloak trailing behind, quickly dismounts and stops over to young Arthur. "Are you okay?" he demands. Arthur nods. I am uncle. But as a queen, Arthur looks at the man meaningfully, and it's as if some message passes between them unspoken. But what he does say, the demons took her. The old knight, his complexion just pales, but he recovers quickly. I'll take you to your father now. You can tell us everything then. Arthur nods, and the two of them begin to walk back toward the horses. The rest of the knights that came in with them have moved throughout the arena. The priests, clerics, healers that have come with them are checking to see who's living and who's not. Healing injured warriors. None of them going near the maidens of Suna, who continue to cry and wail. Together, the three of them, unconsolable. Dwarven, just shocked and excitement almost on his face, at the same time, looking at the prince walking away from your group, gathered around him as they head over to the horses and mount up. This is tragic. I have no doubt the king will close the tourney after this. What will you do next?
Nim, dear, perhaps we should take the prince's advice and leave before things get too bad.
Yeah, I was just starting to think about that as well. We should potentially get out of the city.
We could run ahead and maybe ingratiate ourselves with the prince and meet with the king. We could unmute ourselves and then speak again.
I'm not on mute.
No, Nihilus is.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
I'm sorry, I was talking to my kid.
I don't think we're going to get much more from the prince. You can try and talk to the king.
I doubt the king would be willing to accept an audience
Yeah.
with us right now, dear.
Yeah, we aren't really what you call top of the line citizens.
We are undefeated champion. Well, most of us are undefeated champions.
Nobility.
Actually, I'm the only. Well, you two, I guess.
The nobility doesn't really look highly upon us commoners.
I got gold robes. Sandalwood.
I'm gonna look you up and down and go. You go right ahead.
Oh, I've got the gel on my clothing, don't I?
Nihilus,
Oh,
dear,
you're
we're not
covered
going to
in
listen to the priest. Do you think we should leave?
It seems there's two paths before us now. We can either take up the journey that the fat man gave us to the Dormons to seek out the blood of the forgotten king, or we can see what we can find out about these demons and try to set our focus on recovering the queen, if that's even possible.
This city's gonna be amidst the chaos. There's gonna be stuff going on here that we probably don't want to get involved with. Plus, those demons are pretty tough. I say we head to the Dormons, get out of town, and we can come back and see what's turned over then.
Maybe the fat man can give us some clues when we get back.
There was also the matter of him killing us if we didn't help him.
Well, I mean, he only really threatened this one guy over here, right?
No, dear, he said we wouldn't wake up.
Oh, I thought that was a euphemism. Okay.
Well, I don't like working for a man that threatens me. I've worked for guys like him before, and I'd rather not piss him off any more than he already would be.
So it sounds like we got a plan. To the Dormons?
I don't think the Temple Knights and the wizards and whatever access the king has can get is going to be any more than we can do. Will be a lot more than we can do, so we might as well go. I think they've got everything under control here as much as possible.
By now, the prince and the older knight that he identified as his uncle have ridden out of the arena into the crowds, followed by a couple of the temple knights, but the rest have stayed behind to deal with the mess that has occurred in this arena. You can hear bells are beginning to ring loudly. And they have nothing to do with Jolo, as bells in temples and cathedrals and towers throughout the city near the arena, and then going out further and further and further in this massive city are tolling loudly. And just from being growing up in this world, that's warning bells, and that means danger, and that means for people to get out of the streets and take cover and clear the way for whatever military operations need to take place, etc., etc. So it's a pretty significant thing that happens. It means something very significant when it happens. It's not something that they would do lightly, obviously, and this is no light event. Dorban's standing there with you, just kind of been listening in on your talk, and why would you want to go to the Dormants?
The fat man said that there was something there that would potentially set us on a path to great things, but that does seem small in comparison to the events that just happened.
Remember, dear, when you tricked us into going downstairs?
Yes, I do. I'm sorry about that. It was just so much has happened today.
Does he have a purse on him?
He may.
Just ask me. For a friend.
Did you want to attempt anything?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
But I'm gonna just look him over.
You know how to get there, don't you? I mean, it sounds like it's going to be dangerous indeed if it involves a fat man. I mean, and all that's happened now. I'd go with you if I was a bit younger, but I mean, I'm not. That's not what I know. I've got too much to do here.
Anything you can tell us about the Dormants and the tombs over there?
I don't know that there's tombs per se. There are some monuments here and there. There's markers, I believe. I've never actually been. You have to take the road north to Yorwick. I do know that once you get close, then you might want to check with some of the locals to see if there's a way in through the forest, rather than passing it, going up to Yorwick and then having to come back south. It'd probably take, 10 or so days on foot, maybe 6 on horse to get to Yorwick, and so maybe it's about the same if you find your way through the forest. But I mean, being a frequent traveler to Yorwick, I'm not familiar with the Dormants so much as just innuendo and rumors that I've heard here and there. Except that I've heard it's haunted, maybe cursed. It's a scary place. If you don't have to go, I would definitely recommend not going. There's so much more to do.
We tell the fat man that.
Do you want? And I'll ask Dorman this. Do you want to tell the fat man that we shouldn't go?
No, I won't. No.
Then our task is laid before us.
Yeah.
And I bid you the best of luck.
He did say that you would give us some coin for supplies. I'll see if I can persuade him.
Roll persuasion.
Oh,
Nice.
19 plus 120. 20.
Wow, okay. Easily rattled, and you've definitely given him something to think about. You mentioned the fat man. He's nervous. Recent events, obviously, of his nerves on end. Yes, I'll be sure to. I'm sure I can donate to the cause. And he pulls a pouch. This is all I have that I am allowed to give away. The coins for the attorneys are the king's coinage, for the rewards and stuff. But I can give this. This is mine. I own this. And he hands over a pouch.
I put it away.
You're holding
It's
it
not a
wrong,
huge pouch.
right?
It's small, but you can hear the clink of coin inside. You know, it probably holds a few coins. And he's obviously a man of some means. So,
Dorvin, any idea where we can get some decent horses?
there are stables in the city. There are stables outside the city. Depending on how much word has gotten out about what's happened here today, they may be closed, they may not be willing to deal with you, but if you can find someone that's open, I suppose, and not battening down the hatches, the bells have tolled, and everyone will be shutting down. You're best to get out of the city and maybe find one of the stables or stable areas nearby, just outside of Lionsgate.
Thank you.
We should get going.
Sorry, Dorvin, you mentioned that there was other stuff you thought was more important to be doing. What are you going to be doing?
He just has this incredulous look on his face as he looks around the arena at the dead bodies, what's left of the oozing gel that's dissipating into the sand, leaving this massive red splotch, where they fell, each one of them still staining the ground. I've whatever His Majesty needs, and look, the arena needs me. This is my life.
I think we should go before it gets too late.
Happy to make a move?
Okay,
Let's go.
Yeah, nothing's keeping us here.
I'm going to start walking out.
all right. As you head out, with all the activity that's still taking place in the arena, still the wailing, sobbing of the maidens, you hear the ringmaster just kind of muttering to himself as he bids you good day, and just almost distractedly doesn't even know where to start, just muttering to himself about all that needs to be done, and just this incredulous look, at unbelievable look on his face, and like this could not be happening in his arena. This could not have happened on today of all days. The stands are clear at this point, and you can hear the loud noise of the crowds moving in the streets. Some screams and yells. There's obviously some panic and some desperation that's taken hold for those who are familiar somewhat with what's happened in the arena as word spreads. And the clink of barding, the call of the marshaled voices that have come out into the streets, the Temple Knights and military of Lionsgate, Lyonesse proper, trying to gain some order on the situation. Everybody roll a perception.
Nice.
Styx rolls a 4. The Joel roll.
I am just caught up with all my happy new coins.
Just out of curiosity, will you make me roll a d30 for a perception check?
No.
Yeah, I think you rolled lower than me.
I listened a little too hard this time.
13.
13. Okay, Nim.
11. I'm still busy looking at the maidens and what.
So was I.
They're wailing.
And Nihilus.
24.
24. Wow.
Whoa.
That's because he took a nap.
So Nihilus says, as you all head out at the main doors of the arena, no need to go back into the bunker and down and then back up. You just head right out the main doors. That the Queen came in earlier, the Prince, and then his uncle with the troop of Temple Knights. As you head out there, again, the seats are empty, and it's quiet up in the stands. They rise at least 50 feet above the arena floor. Everyone else just focused on getting out of the town you being more perceptive and just kind of taking a look, taking it all in, gathering, remembering, committing it to memory, everything that's happened here today, you spy a lone figure sitting in the stands, surrounded by nobody, just by himself, sitting there, rotund, heavy. It's the Fat Man. And as you look over in his direction, you see him stand. And you note that his face is red and streaked with tears. And the cloak he's wearing, he grabs the side of it and pulls it up. But just before he pulls it around, you see he's making this jerking motion. He nods to you and then completes the move. Smoke. And he disappears. And that's where we're in tonight's session. So, sorry about all the technical issues that we had. We're going to get that upgrade fixed, and cameras will hopefully be working just fine for episode number 3. And with the party finally, presumably, getting out of Lyonesse, or Lionsgate anyway, escaping the devastation, surviving this desperate tug of war with the demons, and see where their path leads them to next. Thank you very much. See you next week.
Oh man, that was nuts.
Can you bring that to Mexico?
No, I'm not bringing all mine.
He can probably buy one in Mexico pretty cheap.
Oh, I'm sure I could buy one.
I told them I wanted to look like Anchorman, and I don't think it really carried through.
I think it did a good job.
I think it looks a little more like Sonny Bono.
Yeah, it does look like Sonny
Yeah.
Bono.
There are no glasses, though.
Or Chad Powell.
Definitely looks like
Who?
Sonny Bono.
Chad Powell.
Are you getting any sponsorship deals yet?